up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is the Nay here today hosting. Yes, the last couple of videos have been Josh, but today you're getting me. Today we're going to be checking out the new RTX 3050 and whether or not it's worth your money.
This video is brought to you by whokeys.com. You guys know the drill. You've just finished building your brand new PC, you boot it up and bam, that hideous Activate Windows watermark appears. And the worst part is you forgot to budget $200 for an activation key from Microsoft because you spent it all on RGB, but that's okay. Because you don't need to spend $200, you can pick one up from today's video sponsor whokeys.com for a tenth of the price. The best part is you can use my code TT25 for 25% off, which takes this already cheap Windows 10 Pro key from $18 to $13. If you're in the UK like me, that's £11. You place your order, your activation code gets added to your orders page, you whack it into the Windows activation screen, and boom, you're fully activated, no more watermarks being burnt into your retinas. TT25 for 25% off, link in description.
Okay, so here is the brand new RTX 3050. This model is from Palit. Thanks for sending it over because I don't think we would have gotten our hands on one with the market that we're currently in. It is so hard to get graphics cards or anything nowadays, it seems. They actually do two versions of this card, a super bare bones single fan model and this one that we have here today, which is a factory overclocked model with dual fans. And it also comes with a really nice backplate with a hexagon design, really nice to look at when you install it into your case. Now, one special thing about this card is that it's Nvidia's first entry-level budget GPU that supports ray tracing and DLSS. Now, if you're not familiar with what DLSS stands for, it means deep learning super sampling, and it basically aims to boost your frame rate by rendering your frames at a lower resolution and then upscaling it with AI to get to your target resolution, and it works really well. It seems like more and more games nowadays are implementing support for this, and it basically feels like you're getting free FPS, which is great for anyone that is on a budget. Now, AMD recently released the RX 6500 XT, which could have been tempting to buy at the price point, but it only comes with 4 GB of VRAM, which is pretty terrible nowadays, honestly. So it's nice to see that we get 8 GB of VRAM in the RTX 3050 as standard. If you're looking to run modern games with high resolutions and great textures, I feel like 8 GB of RAM is the bare minimum. But apart from that, it's all fairly standard. We have a single 8-pin PCI power connector located in the middle of the card and 3 display ports as well as 1 HDMI port. Can I have a kiss? But enough about facts, let's get into the nitty gritty. What everyone's been coming to this video for, the benchmarks. How does this card perform in the latest games? Let's check it out. So all the benchmarks we're going to be running will be 1080p, and this is a budget card, remember, so I feel like if you're buying this card, you should be playing at this resolution. That way you're gonna get your decent frame rates pretty much with all games that you play on high settings. For these benchmarks, we're running high settings with DLSS set to balance where available. Timestamps are down below if you want to skip to any game in particular. Let's check it out. So first up, we have Forza Horizon 5. As mentioned, we're playing at high settings, and this game is quite well optimized, so we saw an average of 89 FPS on the built-in benchmark, which is pretty good. Moving on to GTA 5, which despite being a fairly old game, is still not only popular, but also fairly demanding. Using the built-in benchmark, we got an average of 73 FPS at high settings. Next up, we have Borderlands 3. We saw a similar frame rate here to GTA 5, and the built-in benchmark gave us 75 frames per second, although I'm sure if you drop down to medium settings, you could probably manage 90 for slightly smoother gameplay. Moving on to Apex Legends, this game doesn't have built-in benchmarks, so instead we use MSI Afterburner to get ourselves an average, and at high settings we came out with 110 FPS, which is not too bad. Valorant is similar in that it also has no built-in benchmark tool, however this time around we managed a highly playable 250 FPS. Next up is Hitman 3, and Josh recently got this game and he loves it. Now at high settings we saw an average of 90 FPS. Another game that despite looking amazing is pretty well optimized is Horizon Zero Dawn. The benchmarks gave us a very nice result of 101 FPS. Shadow of Tomb Raider, this was using high presets, again very playable frame rates, and we saw an average of 94 FPS. Red Dead Redemption 2, definitely one of the harder games to run on this list, but using high presets and DLSS set to balance, we managed just shy of 100 FPS. Metro Exodus is the only game on this list that we turned ray tracing on for. I feel like you should probably avoid ray tracing entirely on this budget, but this GPU can do it. With DLSS enabled and set to balance, we saw an average frame rate of 72. Far Cry 5 managed a very nice result of 95 FPS on average using the built-in benchmark tool, and this was using high preset. And finishing off the list, The Division 2. Again, we're using high presets along with the built-in benchmark, and we got an average of 91 FPS. So there we have it, the overview of the RTX 3050. What do you guys think of the card? Let us know down below in a comment. And I feel like a lot of these new graphic card releases are kind of difficult to get excited for with the current market being so inflated and lack of availability. But when it comes to terms of raw performance, it's pretty comparable to the 1660 Super, although from what I've seen, there's about a 10% improvement in frame rate in certain games. And of course, one of the selling points is that you now get all those ray tracing and DLSS cores in this budget card. Although on the subject of ray tracing, I feel like you should probably avoid it entirely at this budget anyways, as the frame rate trade-off doesn't seem like it would be worth it in my opinion. But the point is, it can do it, and the performance of this card is much better than what AMD currently has to offer. Whether you can get a hold of this card for a reasonable price is another matter entirely, good luck with that, but the RTX 3050 is a decent card for those of you looking to game at 1080p with high settings. Now, if anyone is interested in this graphics card, we'll make sure to leave all the links down below in the description, as well as other links to products that we have reviewed on the channel. Now, if you liked the video, a big thumbs up would be great because it helps the channel grow. And if you want to stick around, think about subscribing to the channel because we would love to have you in our community. And if you want to also follow us on our socials, you can find Josh's socials here and mine here. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you in the next video. Yeah. You're gonna bring Peanut? Peanut, come here! Oh my god! Mr. Peanut! This is Peanut. He's one of our new guinea pigs that we got from your buddy. Oh, you're so cute. He's like, what's going on? Oh. Do you wanna go on the table? There you go. It's okay. He's like, I don't want to get down. Hi, little buddy. Bye, little buddy. Get Finley.